ITLOS that shall be held at the 24th session in the next year, and Indonesia will consider the request. Madam President, distinguished delegates, Indonesia would like to share the recommendation from United Nations Division for Ocean Affairs on the Law of the Sea, which has partially agreed to our submission in regard to the continental shelf in the northwest of Sumatra Island. As the result, the continental shelf of Indonesia in the northwest of Sumatra Island has expanded for 4,205 kilometers square outside the normal 200 miles from Aceh-Badek baselines. Madam President, finally, as the sea is vast and has not been explored to its full potential, Indonesia called to all the countries to explore the sea in accordance with the applicable international law and the principle of environment protection for our future generation. I thank you.
Thank you, Indonesia. Thailand has the floor next.
Madam President, Excellencies, distinguished delegates, at the outset, my delegation would like to express its appreciation to the ALCO Secretariat for a comprehensive preparation on this topic. The issue of the ocean and the law of the sea possess many dimensions, including maritime security, exploration, exploitation of national resources, commerce, conservation and protection of marine environment, sustainable development of marine life, scientific research and technology development. Therefore, it's our country's priority to ensure that our activities are being carried out in the oceans have taken into account the issue of delicacy of ocean ecosystems. Madam President, Thailand has always placed great importance on the issues relating to the law of the sea. As one of the UNCLOS original creator, Thailand was one of the first countries to have signed the convention, even though it took us years of diligent work and determination to complete the ratification process. Thailand is now a party to the 1982 convention. Last year, the permanent mission of Thailand to the UN in New York has also took part in the reception to commemorate the 30th anniversary of the opening of the signature of the UNCLOS. Moreover, a relevant article by Ambassador Kringsat Kittichai Seri was published on this occasion to celebrate the event. As a state party to the 1982 convention, Thailand is committed to continue working in an active and constructive manner to implement the convention in order to fulfill its objective and purpose. The issue of implementing the UNCLOS has always been discussed under the Committee on the Law of the Sea and Marine Boundaries of Thailand, which is an interministerial body in charge of issues relating to the law of the sea and maritime boundaries. The committee decided to amend existing law in a comprehensive manner. The relevant agencies are now assigned to the task of initially identifying fundamental difficulties of the implementing process. The Thai agencies are now working closely to identify all existing laws to be modified, all new laws to be enacted, and matters that only require cooperation among concerned agencies. Though there are a lot of steps to be taken, but Thailand strongly believes that the convention implementation process is sure to be successfully carried out in due course. Madam President, on the issue of maritime security, Thailand has joined international community in making important contribution to maritime security domestically, regionally, and internationally. At the domestic level, the Office of the National Security Council of Thailand is currently preparing a 3-year maritime security strategy and considering the possibility of the establishment of Thai Coast Guard unit to enhance prevention and protection of transnational crime at sea. At the regional front, Thailand is actively participating in the ASEAN Maritime Forum and the Regional Cooperation Agreement on Combating Piracy and Armed Robbery Against Ships in Asia, or RECAP, whose governing council is currently chaired by Thailand. As coastal state of the Malacca Straits, Thailand has participated in the Malacca Strait Coordinating Patrols since September 2008 and has joined the air patrol known as Eyes in the Sky since January 2009. Both operations have contributed significantly to the improvement of overall maritime security in the area. At the international level, not only Thailand is a part of the contact group on piracy off the coast of Somalia, but the Royal Thai Navy has also dispatched its counter-piracy task unit to join the operation of the Combined Maritime Forces in 2010 and 2011. Last year, Thailand assumed the command of the Combined Task Force, or CTF 151, from March to July 2012. Once again, in May 2013, the Thai cabinet approved the assignment of the Royal Thai Navy officers as the command of CTF 151. The new commander and 15 other officers will serve their duties in commanding and administrating the Joint Navy Patrol in the Internationally Recommended Transit Corridor, IRTC, between Bahrain and Somalia, starting the 1st of September to the 30th of November 2014. Madam President, Thailand has played an active role in international commerce, particularly in international shipping, and has been elected to the Council of the International Maritime Organization for 4 consecutive terms. Thailand has supported activities of IMO, including a voluntary IMO member state audit scheme, technical cooperation program aiming at improving its member state capacity in implementing IMO standards. Thailand strongly hopes to be re-elected to the IMO Council for the period of 2014 to 2015. And in this connection, Thailand would like to seek further support from the endorsing state gathering here today in order to continue our good work in this field. Most importantly, it's our great pleasure to announce that Thailand has joined the Proliferation Security Initiative, or PSI. The Royal Thai government effectively endorsed the PSI in November 2012, in which Thailand expresses its full commitment and willingness to cooperate actively with the international community in the PSI framework. Moreover, the Royal Thai government has approved, in principle, and set up a committee to proceed with the accession to the Convention for the Suppression of the Unlawful Acts Against the Safety of the Maritime Navigation of 1998 and the 2005 SUA Protocol. While going through our internal process of becoming a party to the SUA Convention, Thailand has never stopped working to effectively promote the common aim of preventing the proliferation of the WMD. Last but not least, Thailand has always been active in several workshops and seminars in providing opportunities for line agencies to improve their proficiency through knowledge sharing and the best practice exchange. Thailand stands firm that we will continue to do so in order to actively promote and support the international community in this matter. I thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Thailand. There's a request for the member states. We are running behind schedule, and we have still 10 more speakers to go under this subject heading. So I'll request the member states to limit their statements to up to 5 minutes only. They can give their complete statements to the Secretariat, which will be published verbatim. The next speaker on the list is People's Republic of China. You have the floor, ma'am.
Thank you, Madam President. On behalf of the Chinese delegation, I would like to express my appreciation to the Secretariat for its comprehensive report on the law of the sea, and in particular for offering its comments and observations on the law of the sea issues. Last year marked the 30th anniversary of the opening signature of the UNCLOS. Many states, including China, and many international organizations such as the UN and ECHO, had organized commemorative activities. Meanwhile, with East Timor, Switzerland, and Ecuador entering into the UNCLOS community, the number of the state parties has increased to 165. China welcomes these activities and progress and believes it's evidence that the Convention, which has traversed an extraordinary journey over the past 30 years, continues to hold potent vitality and wide universality. China hopes that more members of the international community would accept the Convention and implement it in earnest. Madam President, as the capability of the international community to understand, use, and protect oceans are improving, the implementation and development of the law of the sea are faced with new problems and challenges. Nevertheless, UNCLOS remains an important basis for us to solve new problems and challenges. The Chinese delegation would like to take this opportunity to share its views on three major issues. First, the sustainable development of oceans. With the growing awareness of the capabilities of marine use, the pressure posed on sustainable development of oceans from the influence of human activities is increasing. The United Nations has launched a regular process for global reporting and assessment on the state of marine environment, including socio-economic aspects. The regular process also initiated its first global integrated assessment of the state of the marine environment, including socio-economic aspects. China notes with satisfaction the establishment of the institutional framework of the regular process, as well as the start of his drafting work on the first integrated global report. The regular process, through facilitating humankind to know the oceans more thoroughly, protecting the oceans more scientifically, and use the oceans more efficiently, plays an important role in realizing sustainable development of the oceans and seas. China attaches importance to the smooth progress of the regular process and hopes it could fulfill its function to provide an important scientific reference for the states to formulate their ocean policies and reduce and control the negative influence of human activities to marine environment. Madam President, sustainable development of oceans is a goal pursued by international community. China believes that the key to achieving this goal is to properly handle the relationship between the proper protection of the ocean and its rational utilization. Overlooking one aspect by emphasizing the other will deviate from the direction of the sustainable development. Nevertheless, capacity building is the founding base both for protection and utilization. China is aware that there are apparent discrepancies among the parties in terms of capacity, and developing countries are those whose capacity in both using and protecting need to be strengthened. Therefore, the issue of capacity building should be a matter of priority in the area of sustainable development of oceans. Second, safety and navigation of shipping. Piracy remains a major threat to safety of navigation. The issue of piracy is considerably prominent in Asia and Africa. All countries suffer from it. China believes that the main aspects for combating piracy and armed robbery against vessels through international cooperation have been covered by existing rules of international law, which comprise the definition of piracy and armed robbery against vessels, the obligation of all countries to establish universal jurisdiction